Okay, so we are finally ready to start making some full sentences in Korean, right? So
네.
we're going to look at verb and adjective conjugation.
네.
So we've got three forms at the top here.
음흠.
So these are for maybe for casual but polite Korean.
네.
Okay, and you'll notice here, so it's verb and adjective conjugation.
네, 네.
So well, let's look at some examples.
네.
And maybe we can explain that a little bit.
네. 여기 blue, flashcards,
Yeah.
이건 쓰다, 춤추다, to write, 이건 to dance,
Okay.
verb이에요.
Yep.
동사인데 이건 어리다, 짧다, 이건 형용사예요.
형용사. So adjective.
네.
Right. So verbs in blue
음흠.
and our adjectives in pink.
네.
They both or all of these cards have the same da ending.
그렇죠.
So this is kind of the dictionary form or the infinitive form
네, 맞아요.
for verbs and adjectives in
네.
Korean.
네.
So
adverb 부사도 actually
for adverbs as
like
well.
많다, many.
많다, to be
네.
to have a lot, or okay, so
네.
many. So for verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, we
Mhm.
can still see the same
그렇죠.
da ending.
네.
Okay, and we will conjugate an adjective just like we conjugate verbs.
네, 네.
Right? So in English, if I'm saying maybe this boy, so he is young.
네.
In English, to talk about the past, I would say he was young.
네.
In Korean, we don't have to worry about is, are, was,
No,
were, anything
no.
like that. Everything is built into the conjugation.
그렇죠.
So instead of saying 어리다, I would conjugate it for the present.
그렇죠.
What would that sound like?
어려요.
어려요. So the boy is young.
네.
I'm using 어려요.
네.
And if I say the boy was young,
어렸어요.
okay. So all that changes is actually the adverb, the adjective, and how we conjugate it.
그렇죠.
Okay. That's something we have to look at,
네.
obviously.
네.
Again, so our dictionary form always with the da ending.
네, 네.
Okay, so to be short,
네.
or
짧다.
짧다, so her hair is short. When I conjugate that in the present,
짧아요.
okay. To say her hair was short,
짧았어요.
okay.
네.
So again, just conjugating the adjectives
네,
themselves. Okay.
그래서 그러니까 there are many verbs and adjectives and
Yeah.
adverbs there. 그런데 you can group them into three different groups.
Three different groups?
네.
Sure.
그러니까 여기에 하나, 둘, three endings there.
Okay.
Casual Korean. 그래서 이거 this is for group 1,
Okay.
group first one, second group, and for all other.
For everything else.
그렇죠.
Okay, so 아요, 해요, and 어요.
그렇죠.
Those are the three endings that we have to
네.
memorize.
그래요. 그래서 first, second, third person 없어요.
Right.
Singular, plural 없어요.
Right. So we don't have to worry about anything else.
네, 네.
Once we've learned these conjugations,
네.
I can talk about he, she, I, you, they.
괜찮아요.
Okay, great. Simple.
네.
So this looks like our first group.
네, 맞아요.
Okay. Should we take these down?
네, 네.
All right. So our first group of verbs.
그래서 이제 case 1는 여기 이제 you are looking at the last vowel.
Last vowel.
And the last syllable of a word or verb stem.
Verb stem.
So
Okay.
you can have three syllables there. That four can be there.
Okay.
그렇지만 하여간 last vowel을 봐요.
Okay.
그래서 여기 last vowel이
Okay. So the a vowel.
오.
All right. So in all of these cases, so I have oda here.
네.
So if the last vowel in the verb stem,
last syllable of the verb
the last
stem.
syllable of the verb stem is a or o, we use
아요.
ayo.
네.
Okay. So we've got four examples here. What is the first verb?
살다, to live.
To live.
네. 그래서 요거 다
Okay.
delete 해요. 그다음에 이거 아예요. 그러니까 아요. 그래서 이렇게.
Okay. So dictionary form of to live, 살다,
네.
or the infinitive, turns into 살아요.
네.
So conjugated form.
그렇죠.
Okay.
그래서 여기 뭐 이렇게 하면 이렇게.
Mm-hmm.
그러면 탐이 the place,
Yep.
서울의 place marker.
Right.
그다음에 이거 present tense, right? So from 살다, 살아요.
Okay.
이렇게. 그래서 이렇게 탐, subject marker, 그다음에 서울의 place marker, 그다음에 present tense, to live, 살아요.
Okay. Yeah, so our sentence, Tom lives in Seoul.
음.
In Korean, the order changes a little bit,
네.
right? Often we have a verb or an adjective at the end of a sentence. So, Tom이 서울에 살아요.
네.
Okay. So we just, the kind of literally, it would mean Tom, Seoul, in, lives.
그렇죠.
Okay.
음.
We just have to play with the order a little bit to
네,
get used
네.
to that.
그것도 있어요.
Mhm.
사실은 근데 항상 한국 사람들은 그러니까 subject, place, subject, time, place, object, 그다음에 reason, 그다음에 how, 그다음에 verb.
Okay.
이렇게. We can do this again later.
Right, so this would be a really complex sentence, right?
네네.
Okay, so not just Tom lives in Seoul, but
그렇죠.
on
근데
the
하여간
weekend Tom lives
네.
in Seoul because he enjoys it. Something like that, right?
네네.
Okay.
그래서 그리고 탐은 이렇게 해도 돼요. 탐은 서울에 살아요. 그러면
Okay.
you are talking about Tom,
Emphasizing?
emphasizing was specifically where he lives.
Okay, so if I have a group of people,
네,
then I'm singling
그렇죠.
Tom out.
네, 맞아요.
Okay.
You are right.
All right.
영어 어려워요.
So, yeah, so maybe a little bit of a difference between Tom E and Tom N.
네.
Okay.
Sorry, I touched my microphone.
Okay, so
네.
so that's 살아요.
네.
Let's look at maybe our other examples
네,
for the
네.
first case.
그래서 요거는 이제 to play.
To play.
그러니까 놀다.
놀다.
근데 이거는 children이면 to play고
Yeah.
어른이면 일 안 하는 거.
Right. To enjoy free time.
그렇죠.
Right.
그게
So
놀다예요.
if we're talking about children, 놀다, to play, but for people, for adults,
네.
yeah, more maybe to not work,
그렇죠.
basically, to
네.
spend your free time.
네. 그래서 여기 오 있어요.
Mm-hmm.
그러니까 오 있어요. 그래서
Okay.
이렇게 하고 아요 이렇게 하면 돼요.
Okay. So just like 살아요, maybe 놀아요.
네.
Okay.
놀아요.
So again, to play, to enjoy yourself, okay, to not work.
Right.
All right. All right, next one.
이거는 to meet예요. To see or to meet.
Yeah.
근데 여기 있어요.
Yeah.
그러니까 아요.
Okay.
근데 이거는 sounds value 없어요.
Yeah.
그러니까 it's like having two R's in a row.
Okay.
그래서 이렇게요.
Okay, so because we already have the a sound and no consonant that comes
Right.
afterwards, so it's just 만나요.
네.
It's not the long 만나요.
아니요.
Okay.
만나요.
And this verb means
To meet.
to meet,
To
right?
meet. To see. 네.
Okay.
내일 만나요. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Okay.
네. 그다음에 요거는 이것도 오예요.
Mm-hmm.
그래서 똑같이 아요 이렇게. 근데 요거 sounds value 없어요.
Right.
그러니까 nothing between, no consonant between two vowels. 그러면 합쳐요.
Okay, so we can put this together
네.
and we get 와요.
와요.
Okay. So kind of to stretch it out, it's like 오와요, but when we say this,
와요.
와요. So it's
와요.
almost like a W sound.
W.
Right?
네.
와요.
네,
Okay.
와요.
Yeah, so these are our ayo cases. So
네.
anytime it's an a or an o as the final
네.
vowel in the last syllable of the verb stem.
네, 네.
Okay. And because there is no sound value in the consonant here, we just can kind of mash it together,
네.
right? So 만나다 becomes 만나요.
네.
오다 becomes 와요.
네. 그래서 뭐 watch TV,
Okay.
그럼 보다,
보다, to see,
이것도
to
그렇죠.
watch.
그러면 같아요.
Okay.
그래서 보 이렇게 되니까 합쳐서 이렇게.
Right. very similar to 오다, 보다. We get 와요 for 오다 and 와요 for 보다.
네.
Okay.
이게 케이스 1이에요.
This is case 1. All right. Case 2 is right
Case
down
2.
here, right?
네.
And this is quite easy to understand.
네.
So 해요 up
네.
here,
네.
very, very common verb ending, or so it kind of means to do,
네.
right?
To do.
But we see this in a lot of Korean verbs, often just maybe like a noun followed by 하다 or
네.
something like that, okay?
네.
So what does 하다 become?
하다 becomes 해요.
Okay.
네. 그래서 이거 있어요. But it's not about the
Okay.
그냥 하다 verb 하다 becomes 해요.
Okay. So I wouldn't say, I don't treat this the same way.
No.
Even if it's the ending, I don't say 하요. Every time you see 하다, it becomes 해요, right?
네.
In the casual form,
네.
conjugation. Okay.
네.
And so 하다 means to do. How about 좋아하다?
네. 이거는 그것도 여기다 이렇게 하면 돼요.
Okay. So just like we had 하다 becomes 해요, 좋아하다, 좋아해요.
네.
And this means
To like.
to like.
네.
Okay.
그다음에 이거는 이것도 같아요.
노래하다,
네.
right? So how would I conjugate that?
노래 oops. 그래서
Just the same way as the others,
네,
right?
이렇게
So 노래 means
sing a song.
a song, yeah. 노래 is song, so to do a song,
네.
to sing, right?
네.
So 노래하다, 노래해요.
네, 노래해요.
Okay. All right, so this is our case 2.
네.
Very simple. Every time you see 하다, it becomes 해요.
네.
Okay.
case 1, case 2.
Okay.
네.
Should we look at case 3?
네.
All right.
네.
All right. So this is going to be our 어요.
네.
Okay. So again, we have several verbs here.
음흠.
Is this the most common case?
네, 많아요.
Yeah,
네.
there are a lot of verbs like this, a lot of
네.
adjectives that end like
네.
this. Okay. So our first verb,
그래서 여기 보면 이거는 아니에요. 아나 오가 아니에요.
right?
그다음에 또 하다가 아니에요.
Right.
그러면 다 그다음에 이렇게 어요. 이거는 아까 아요였죠. 이건 해요였고 이거는 어요가 all the other cases
Yeah.
그러니까 except these two guys.
Right. So if the verb, if the last vowel in the verb stem, the last syllable of the verb stem is not a or o, and it's not a 하다 verb,
그렇죠.
we will get 어요.
네.
So if it's 이, if it's if it's if it's 우,
Yeah.
right? So we're going to look at different examples of this. So what does 먹다 become?
To eat. 먹어요.
먹어요, right? So 먹다, to eat,
네, 네.
먹어요.
그렇죠.
Okay.
그래서 요거는 이제 이렇게 하고 요거예요.
어요.
네.
Okay.
그래서 먹어요.
Okay. Yeah, so 먹다 becomes 먹어요. So we just tag on
네.
어요.
네.
Okay? And
이것도
입다.
입다. 얘는 이제 세 가지 뜻이 있어요.
Okay, three
네.
different meanings for 입다. Yeah.
그러니까 sorry, I get confused. 입다는 옷이에요, 옷.
For clothing.
네, 그런데 영어에
To wear.
그렇죠.
Yeah.
이게 그러니까 입다는 to wear지만 한국말로 할 때는 이게 쓰다, 입다, 신다 이렇게.
Okay. Yeah, so 입다 by itself means to wear,
네.
to wear clothing. But in Korean, there are 3 different verbs. And this is a little confusing too, but
네.
so 쓰다, something on your head.
네.
So maybe glasses
네.
or a hat.
네.
입다,
는 옷.
on your bodies or clothing.
야.
Okay. And 신다,
신다는 이제 발.
on your feet.
네, 네.
So socks or shoes, I use 신다.
네.
Okay. All right, so 입다 as the verb to wear. How do I
네.
conjugate that?
입어요.
입어요.
네. 입어요. 그냥 똑같아요. Same.
Right. Same
입에다,
conjugation rule.
네. verb stem plus 어요.
Right. Okay. 마시다.
근데 이거는 이제 요것도 이렇게 해요. 근데 맛이 플러스 어요 이렇게 해야 되는데
Right.
근데 여기 no consonant between two vowels. 그래서 이하고
Mix them together again?
네네 이렇게.
Okay.
그래서
So the final result?
마셔요.
Okay. Yeah. So in this case, we have E as the final vowel. So we still need to use the oyo, but because there's no consonant between, we can just mix it together to get 마셔요.
네.
Okay. And 마시다, 마셔요 means
To drink.
to drink. Right. Okay.
누구 선생님 커피 마셔요?
Sure. In the morning, 커피
네.
마셔요.
네.
아침에,
아침에 마셔요.
네,
네.
마셔요. All right.
네.
Next one.
네.
After I drink
이것도
my coffee, I 가르쳐요.
그래요. 이것도 같아요. 여기 이 있어요.
Right.
그러니까 이렇게 해서 가르치 이렇게 될 거예요. 그러니까 이것도 또 이렇게. 그래서 가르쳐요.
Right. Yeah, so very similar to 마시다.
음.
가르치다 becomes 가르쳐요.
네.
And this means to teach.
To teach.
Right. Okay.
음흠.
This example is a little different.
네.
세우다.
네, 이것도 그다음에 이렇게 이거지만 이건 이제 sound value 없어요. 그러면 우어 같이 그래서 세워요.
Okay. And what does 세우다 mean?
세우다는 뭐 여러 가지 있을 수 있어요. 컬러, 이 컬러를 세워요.
To raise, to
그렇죠.
lift.
또
Okay.
establish a school,
Okay.
학교를 세워요.
Okay.
또 chair가 넘어졌어요. 의자를 세워요.
Okay. So 세우다 could mean maybe to erect, to raise, to lift something. All right. So different meanings or
네,
similar
stop
meanings.
the 택시를 세워요.
Oh, okay. To flag down a taxi?
네, 네.
Okay.
네. 근데 여기 또 같아요. Same.
Right. So 세우다 and 피우다, we have the same rule. So 세워요, 피워요.
그렇죠.
Right?
담배 뭐예요?
담배 means cigarettes in Korean. So 담배를 피워요,
피워요.
or 피우다 means to smoke cigarettes, right?
네.
Okay.
그다음에 이제 여기 이거 interesting one.
Yes.
이거는 이제 kind of weak vowel이에요. 그래서 이제 이렇게 anyway it's not it's not o, it's not 하다. 그러니까 이렇게 어요.
Okay.
그런데 어는 strong vowel이에요.
Yep.
그럼 이거 없어져요.
So we get rid of.
네.
There's no combination. Okay.
그래서 이렇게
Okay.
써요.
써요. And this verb has a couple of different meanings,
네.
right? We saw actually up here. We can use it for wearing glasses or a hat, something on your head or your face. We can also use it to say
use.
to use
네.
or to write,
To write, to be bitter.
to be bitter. Okay.
네.
All right. So that's our 쓰다 becomes 써요.
네.
All right. We've got three more similar ideas here,
네.
similar cases,
네.
but I think we have to treat them differently, right?
네.
So how about 바쁘다?
그래서 이거는 이제 여기 있어요. 그래서 or 했는데 because this is a weak vowel, when there is a preceding syllable, the vowel in the preceding syllable determines the ending.
Okay, so this is not the same as these cases,
No,
right?
no.
So in the case of 바쁘다, we look to the first syllable.
네.
So the a sound, the a vowel.
네.
So what does that mean in the end?
그래서 이제 아를 한 거예요.
Okay.
이게 아니까.
Okay, so
알아서.
we treat that
네. 그래서
as the
이렇게.
ayo.
근데 요거 이제 이렇게.
Okay, so we get rid of our weak syllable
네.
and we have 바빠요.
바빠요.
Okay. This means to be busy,
네.
right?
그리고 이거 먼저예요. 이거는 이제 아니에요. 그러니까 어로 해야 돼요.
Okay.
그래서
So it's not it's not o in the first
그렇죠.
syllable.
그래서 이렇게 되겠죠.
Okay. So we get 예뻐요. This means
pretty.
pretty.
네. 예뻐요. 이렇게.
Okay.
그다음에 이것도 이거는 again. 그러면 no preceding syllable. 그러니까 그냥 이렇게. 그다음에 어요.
Okay. So this is again
네.
like our other case.
그렇죠.
Okay.
그래서 슬퍼요.
슬퍼요. Okay.
What's 슬퍼요?
To be sad.
네.
Yeah. Oh,
슬퍼요. 네.
it's a sad way to end it.
네.
Yeah.
네.
We'll go back to pretty. To be
네.
pretty. That's happier.
네.
Yeah. Okay.
네.
That's our present tense.
네.
Right.
네.
I think we'll look at past tense in another lesson, right?
네.
All right. But we can use all of these to make full sentences.
네.
And well, that's our verb conjugation
네. 네.
in Korean.
네.